'cause I'd be gone, so gone, so gone.
That it's time to go and start live on, and I bet you're gonna be forgetful. Hear the lies, filled words of destruction. They teach your house so you can't even function. I show you now how to rid this corruption.
Hi. Good job. We are back with Dust Angel on the Brooklyn edition of rew-who on this lovely Friday. Come close because it's a very close-knit family we have here. And you are Dust Angel. So who's who?
I'm Madame St. Beatrice. I'm the singer.
Okay.
And I'm Paul Cripple. I'm the guitar player.
And are you a duo or?
No, we're a band, but you know the drummer doesn't.
No, that's fine.
You know, it's just we could do some songs, just me and her. She's my muse, and I used to play in a band called Reagan Youth, and I started playing again after all these years. And then I had all these other old ideas that didn't really have much to do with punk rock. Wanted to start a heavy metal band with Tina Turner as the lead singer. You know, how many heavy metal bands have a hot black girl singing? You know, something like Highway Star. She likes it.
Yes, because I'm
and it's, you know, I'm trying to take the best out of the '60s. You know, like I'll aspire to be as good as Hendrix, even though no one can. And then the '70s, we'll have the best bass player like John Entwistle, and then the '80s, and Alex Van Halen type, and Tina Turner rocking the.
I
rocking
love
the
it
vocals.
already.
I like it's got kind of a Queens of Stone Age. Kind of stoner, stoner thing.
Someone else has mentioned that.
They're a great band.
Great
So
band.
how did you guys meet?
When I got the band back together, Reagan Youth, she came up to me and said, "Hey, you're in this band, Reagan Youth. Everyone loves your band." And I was like, "Well, that's not really true." And next thing you know, I did too many drugs, and we were at a party, and she kept following me around, and I thought she was 29. She was actually 21. I was 42, and took her over to my place.
That's like a perfect half.
Well, I mean, it's very rock and roll. But the next thing you know, she came over, and 5.5 years later, she's still my baby doll.
So it's more than music.
Appropriate for
It's
Valentine's
you know
Day.
what? It's music. It's love. It's everything. You know, it's anti-organized religion. It's about sticking it to the man.
How'd you feel about the 5 old men panelists who are going to talk about women's health this week down at the House of Representatives?
I think if I had a shotgun, I would kill them. That's
And
that's
who's
just
better
me.
to tell women how to keep healthy than 5 old men?
Exactly.
Why are you even discussing this? I mean,
I'm
right.
just saying, if I had a shotgun with turkey shots, shell, the
Buckshot.
4s, the buckshot like 4, I could definitely.
Where are you from?
Me, I'm from Queens. I was born in Manhattan, grew up in Arthur Avenue because my parents came from Yugoslavia.
My grandmother used to make lasagna, and she would only go to Arthur Avenue to get the ingredients.
And
That's in the Bronx, if anybody doesn't know.
Little Italy in the Bronx. And when my parents moved to Queens, they still went back to Arthur Avenues to get
That's
the
the
cold
best.
cuts and the breads.
My grandmother would only buy her
Dominic's.
ingredients.
Dominic's.
on
After
Arthur
this, we'll go to
Avenue.
Dominic's and get a nice Italian.
No,
Have you been?
I haven't.
What? You got to take her to Arthur Avenue.
I will.
Maybe it's a dirty little secret that.
No. I want to take her, but she's.
And where are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm from Manhattan originally, and
So you had that in common.
Yeah.
Manhattan?
But I live in New York. I'm sorry, Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But her
Brooklyn.
parents come from Haiti.
Yeah. My parents are from
Haiti.
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 So
But that's
I
how
guess
Haitians
I'm
say it.
American.
Haiti.
Nice. So, Dust Angel, how long has Dust Angel been in existence?
We started playing last December, but we had
Like
been
last
working.
December, like
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
minutes
literally.
ago?
Oh, you're a new band, right?
like 2 minutes ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But we had been working on songs, just me and her, and then we finally got a drummer who'd been playing with me and Reagan Youth to chip in, and we got this cool
He's
bass
watching right
player,
now. Hello.
Do
Malik.
you have any gigs coming up you can let people know about?
Let them know about the gigs coming up.
Oh, we're playing Long Island tomorrow.
Hometown Tavern
And the Crossroads.
in
Sunday.
Garwood, New Jersey.
Yeah, Battle
Battle
of
of
So
Bands.
Bands.
you're playing the Bridge and Tunnel Tour this weekend, is that
Well,
right?
well, we did play the Cake Shop on Tuesday for so
Valentine's
we're
Day.
gonna hit
Where's
the
the Cake
tri-state
Shop?
area.
Ludlow
Yeah.
Street.
Ludlow.
That's awesome. So just Reagan Youth, like when you came up with that, what were you thinking? I actually met Ronald Reagan Jr. one summer,
Oh,
and
Ronald Reagan Jr. And what did he say about Reagan Youth?
no, he never said anything about Reagan. Well, about Reagan Youth in general, he
Right.
was a Reagan Youth,
Yeah,
and he
a
was
real one, yeah.
yeah, he was kind of disenchanted with Daddy at the time, but he was really cool, Ron Reagan Jr.
Yeah,
He
not
was
his
like
dad,
he-
but
right.
it's on MSNBC a lot.
Well, he was he hosted Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
but there was talk about Reagan Youth opening up, but I think that band from Minnesota,
Prince.
No, Paul Westerberg, whatever. They acted like real jerks when they played, so they're like no more punk bands or whatever. we
Billy,
were-
those guys.
Whatever.
Green
they're
Day?
called. No, Paul
It's his birthday
Westerberg
today.
from who cares?
Billy,
Who cares?
Billy,
Who cares?
Billy Joe, Billy
please,
Joe.
please. You
And
know
Paris
what's,
Hilton's birthday is today.
you know what's a bigger oxymoron than jumbo shrimp?
Tell me,
All
Paris
right.
Hilton.
No, pop punk.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but
I
it's like the
agree.
biggest
How can you be
oxymoron.
punk
And I don't hate Green Day. They're that
Can I
nice
tell you
song that
why
Walk
though? Can I
Alone.
tell you
Yeah,
why?
yeah,
I'll tell you why though. Can I tell you why?
Please do.
Because I actually did a whole study on punk, and I lived in England and I went to college there, and it was my excuse, and I did an independent project on punk, and I had to learn so many hard things, like about social movements and this, that, mods and rockers and the whole frickin' thing. And what I learned was establishment and anti-fashion and anti-everything is like punk, and then it turns into the fashion of the time.
Yeah.
So what happens, like hippies, peasant dresses and all that stuff turned into fashion. Punk. Now I was in the
Well,
elevator
musical
yesterday
idea.
with like these very beautiful, obviously wealthy
Crusties,
people, and they had
Crusties, trust
safety
fund,
pins
Crusties.
all
They're
in
stinking
their.
like hippies.
No, but their pocketbooks were like loaded with safety pins, and it like it makes me laugh. Like they paid $5,000 for a
Well,
pocketbook with
it-
holes in it. You know, I mean,
Or even
it
like
turns
fingerless
into
gloves.
fashion.
Did
So
I-
you just have to be one step ahead, and
Jump off the bandwagon.
There you go.
All right. Honestly, I remember I was writing a screenplay, and this guy said, "You should write." You know, Quentin Tarantino did this movie, and he's like, doing one scene before, and it's like, well, if he did it, then don't do it.
there you
know?
go.
And I mean, New York hardcore punk, we were like the first wave, and then it turned into where everyone wanted to sound the same, and punk rock is not about conformity. And you know what? They might not like Reagan Youth and New York hardcore for whatever reason, but when I leave the New York hardcore sphere of influence, which stretches from Connecticut, because the $10 buses, to Philly, they didn't have a hardcore scene back in the early 80s. They have no respect for us.
Well,
Go up to
when you
Boston.
say though the England punk was more political and the New York punk was a little
Crass?
more,
Hell
was more
yeah.
New York punk was a little more intellectual and
New York punk more intellectual,
It
maybe
was
more
more
self-centered.
more political.
All right,
so-
let me
that's
put you
true.
this way. Rock, just rock in general. Okay, New York City has more people than any other city. You go to Seattle, you have Hendrix, you have Nirvana, you have Soundgarden. You go to LA, you got the Doors, the mighty Van Halen, all right, Metallica.
So are
All
they
right.
pop metal?
Well, no, but look at Detroit.
there.
You got Iggy Pop. You got Jack White and the White Stripes.
Yeah.
What's the biggest rock acts you have in New York?
You, and we're gonna take a break and come right back and hear Dust Angel.
Actually,
We want-
Actually, the Ramones. Yeah, thank you for saying. But like the Ramones don't compare to Hendrix. Blondie is no.
We don't want to
deal.
compare.
All
We're
right,
gonna
whatever.
hear original
Let
Dust
me
Angel.
just
We're
blow
gonna
your
be
mind.
right back.
Just blow your
Really
mind.
good.
Brooklyn, Rhode Island.
Yeah, cutting edge.
Thank you.